Moving to New Jersey can feel overwhelming. The more time you spend online researching towns, neighborhoods, schools, taxes, and home prices, the more confusing it can become. Monmouth County has 53 different municipalities, and the difference between one town and the next can be dramatic. You can find homes under $500,000 in one area and multi-million-dollar estates just a few miles away. And while those towns may look similar on a map, the lifestyle they offer can be completely different. I'm Melissa DeSantis, a top producing realtor here in Monmouth County. And on this channel, I talk about anything and everything related to living, working, and playing in the area. Over the years, I've helped countless families relocate here. And I've noticed something interesting. The buyers who are the happiest with their decision aren't necessarily the ones who bought the nicest house. They're the ones who chose the right town for their lifestyle. That's why in today's video, I'm going to take you on a tour of Monmouth County and break down some of the most popular areas so you can start narrowing your search before you spend months looking at homes in the wrong places. Before we jump into specific towns, there's one thing I want you to understand. Monmouth County is not one market. It's dozens of micro markets sitting right next to each other. Sometimes the difference between loving where you live and regretting your decision comes down to school district boundaries, a commute, a tax rate, or even choosing the wrong municipality with a similar name. I see it happen all the time. Buyers fall in love with a home they found online until they really understand the town it's located in. But you're not just buying a house, you're choosing a community, a school system, your daily commute, where you'll shop, where you'll spend weekends, and ultimately where you'll build your life. Let's start at the top of the market with Colts Neck and Holmdel. Now, if privacy, larger properties, top-rated schools, and a luxury lifestyle are at the top of your wish list, these are usually the first towns I discuss with buyers. Colts Neck has always been known for its estate-like properties, equestrian roots, and preserved character. It's one of those places where you still find homes on several acres and feel removed from the hustle and bustle while being close to everything. What buyers love most about Colts Neck is the space, the privacy, and the fact that the town has worked very hard to preserve its unique character. Holmdel offers many of these same benefits, but with a slightly different feel. One of the biggest draws of Holmdel is Bellworks, which has become a destination all on its own. It gives residents restaurants, shops, events, office space, and a real sense of community. For buyers who want a suburban lifestyle, but still enjoy having somewhere to grab coffee, meet friends, or attend events close to home, Holmdel offers a balance that's really hard to find elsewhere. Now, if you're relocating from the New York area or North Jersey, or another high-cost area, there's a very good chance you'll ultimately find yourself focusing on Marlboro, Manalapan, or Freehold Township. In fact, these are the towns I recommend most often because they offer an incredible combination of strong schools, beautiful neighborhoods, convenient commuter access, and a little more value compared to luxury towns. And this is where I can speak from personal experience. When my twins were born, my husband and I made the decision to move to Manalapan because of the schools and the community. Looking back, it was one of the best decisions I made. My kids grew up here, they built lifelong friendships here, and that's why I always tell relocating families that while statistics matter, there's also something special about finding a community that feels like home. Marlboro, Manalapan, and Freehold Township all have their own personalities, but they consistently attract families looking for excellent schools, larger homes, and a strong sense of community. The biggest difference is often finding the specific neighborhood that fits your budget, lifestyle, and commute. And speaking of Freehold, I want to be clear about one of the biggest sources of confusion for buyers relocating to the area. There are actually two Freeholds, Freehold Township and Freehold Borough. They are completely separate municipalities, different schools, different taxes, different housing stock, and just a very different overall feel. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken with buyers who thought they were looking at one and were actually looking at the other. Understanding that distinction alone can save you from making a very expensive mistake. As we move through the rest of the county, we're also going to talk about some emerging areas like Tinton Falls and Matawan. These are towns that many buyers overlook initially, but they can offer tremendous value depending on your priorities. We'll also discuss a few areas where where I always encourage buyers to do a little extra homework, whether that's understanding flood zones near the shore, evaluating commute options, or taking a closer look at the school districts. At the end of the day, there is no single best town in Monmouth County. The best town is the one that aligns with your budget, your lifestyle, your commute, and your long-term goals. My hope is that by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of which areas deserve a closer look and which ones may not be the right fit for you. Now let's talk about two towns that I think are often overlooked by relocating buyers, and that's Tinton Falls and Matawan. If Marlboro, Manalapan, or Freehold Township are stretching your budget a little more than you'd like, these are two areas that deserve a closer look. Let's start with Tinton Falls. One of the biggest advantages of Tinton Falls is location. You're close to the Garden State Parkway, Route 18, Jersey Shore, shopping, dining, and major employment centers. Tinton Falls offers a wide variety of housing, from condos and townhomes to larger single-family homes and active adult communities. What I always tell buyers is that not all parts of Tinton Falls feel the same. There are certain sections of town that are more desirable than others, which is why local knowledge becomes important when you're evaluating properties. Two homes may appear similar online, but their location within the township may have a meaningful impact on lifestyle and long-term resale value. For a certain type of buyer, Matawan immediately moves to the top of the list because of one thing: the train. The Aberdeen-Matawan train station provides direct service into New York City, making it one of the most convenient locations in Monmouth County. If your job requires regular trips into the city, that convenience can be a game changer. Beyond the commute, Matawan offers a charming small town feel, a walkable downtown area, and a variety of housing options that appeal to both first-time home buyers and move-up buyers. It's one of those towns that often surprises people once they spend time there. The biggest takeaway with both Tinton Falls and Matawan is value. They may not receive as much attention as towns like Marlboro, Manalapan, Colts Neck, or Holmdel, but for the right buyer, they can offer an excellent combination of affordability, location, and long-term potential. If you're considering making a move to Monmouth County and you're not sure where to start, I've put together a free location guide that you can download using the link in the description below. Now let's talk about a few things I think every relocating buyer should understand before making a purchase in Monmouth County. And let me be clear, Monmouth County is one of the reasons so many people continue to relocate to New Jersey. We have beautiful communities, excellent schools, proximity to New York City, incredible beaches, parks, restaurants, and a quality of life that is just hard to beat. But there are a few areas where I always encourage buyers to slow down and do a little extra homework. The first is flood risk. If you're looking near the Jersey Shore, understanding flood zones and flood insurance is incredibly important. I've seen buyers fall in love with a property online, only to discover later that flood insurance adds thousands of dollars a year to their carrying costs. That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy near the shore. Some of Monmouth County's most desirable towns are along the coast. It simply means you should understand the full cost of ownership before you make a decision. Another town I always caution buyers to research carefully is Asbury Park. This isn't a criticism of Asbury Park. In fact, it's one of the most unique and vibrant communities in all of Monmouth County. The restaurants, the music scene, nightlife, beach, and overall energy have transformed the city over the last decade. But if highly rated public schools are one of the primary reasons you're relocating, it's important to understand all of your options before making a purchase. Different buyers have different priorities, and what may be perfect for one family may not be the right fit for another. And finally, I want to revisit one of the biggest mistakes I see relocating buyers make, and that is not understanding the municipality they're actually buying into. The best example is Freehold. As I explained earlier in the video, there is Freehold Township and there is Freehold Borough. They are completely separate municipalities with different school systems, different tax structures, different housing stocks, and very different lifestyles. That's why relying on Zillow or Redfin alone can sometimes create confusion. The reality is that Monmouth County is made up of dozens of micro markets. Two homes may be located minutes apart, but offer completely different lifestyles, offer different school districts, tax rates, and long-term value potential. And here's why getting the area right is so important. Inventory across Monmouth County remains relatively tight compared to historical norms. Buyers just don't have the luxury of numerous options, so knowing the town you are buying in matters. You don't want to buy a home only to realize 6 months later that you chose the wrong town, and now you need to start over and move again. The families who are happiest with their purchase are usually the ones who spend time figuring out where they want to live before they focus on the specific house. In other words, choose the town first and the home second. Because the truth is, there isn't one perfect town in Monmouth County. The best town for you depends on your priorities. If you want privacy, acreage, and luxury living, Colts Neck and Holmdel may be the answer. If strong schools, community feel, and overall value are important, Manalapan, Marlboro, and Freehold Township deserve a close look. If commuting, convenience, and affordability are high on your list, Teton Falls and Manalapan may surprise you. The good news is that Monmouth County truly offers something for just about everyone. And if you'd like personalized advice based on your budget, commute, lifestyle, and long-term goals, feel free to reach out. You can call or text me directly at 732-757-2522. I'm happy to help you narrow down the areas that make the most sense for you and your family.